Every day, there are incredible preparedness deals floating around the internet, but who has time to dig through dozens of websites to find them? That's why we created PrepperFinds.com, your one-stop site for the best prepper deals online. Our team scans the web, finds the biggest discounts on survival gear, food storage, water filters, radios, and more, and posts them in one easy place. No more wasting hours searching or missing out on limited time sales. At PrepperFinds.com, you'll see the best deals every single day, so you can save money while stocking up on what really matters. Check it out today at PrepperFinds.com. Bookmark it, visit daily, and never miss a deal that could keep your family prepared. That's PrepperFinds.com, where smart preppers shop.
Survive, thrive, stay alive. It's time to get prepared with the Prepping Academy podcast.
Welcome, Prepping Academy followers and listeners. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to give you part 2 of Selco's interview. He has some amazing wisdom. And this is part 2. Some of the questions are from myself, some are from the PrepperNet community. So hope you guys enjoy this. You guys take care. So I just got a question on the feel for what's going on at this time period. Are people coming through your city, through your town, hunting for people to kill, looking for resources, or is it just a depressed area where no one had a lot of essentials?
It depends who you were in those times. You could be small and hide, let's say, for most of the time. You could join some of the armies or even local militias, and you could have, if you were a member of some of the units, you usually would receive, we call it package. And package was a monthly package of very small amount of foods. It was barely enough for one person to survive for a couple of days. So there, I can say that there were basic and rudimentary resources inside the city, but you need to work out to get those resources, either through the trade with other people, with selling something, trading something that you have, either through the belonging to some unit, to some army, to some kind of power that would protect you and provide you with some kind of law resources. Either you become, let's say, a member of something that was closest to the imagination of, to the thing that people imagine today when they talk about gangs, either joining that and becoming guy who takes stuff from the other people. Resources were, I guess, always there, but you need to work for them. People who were in power, group of people who were in power, local militias would control resources, and in different periods of that would took those resources for you if they wanted and if they knew you had resources. So one of the biggest points was actually to stay small and not to allow for anything important that you had in your house to be visible to outside world, if that makes sense. Or preppers today call it OPSEC, I believe. That OPSEC was really, really important. So let's put it like this: even if you had enough soap to have scent of soap on yourself, in some situation it will be strange in group of people of 10 that you only smell nice. If this makes sense. It is funny, but that goes for everything. Right. That goes for that, and it goes. It went similar for everything else.
So being clean could get you killed, or get some
Yeah,
things stolen from
eventually
you.
being clean when everybody else is dirty will make you stick out.
Yes.
Now, if you have some really good reason to stick out, or really good story why you're sticking out, you may be good. But it is not smart thing to stick out in any situation, especially in when shit hit the fan. So, yeah, don't stick out in anything. If everybody's screaming, you need to scream too. If everybody's scared, you need to not to be scared. You need to look scared. And
Right.
if everybody's smelly, yeah, just pretend, just be smelly. If
Yep.
that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My friend Beth, she's gonna stand out, and she's gonna end up getting whacked because she smells good. She's all about clean. So let me ask you, was there any humanitarian aid being delivered in? And when it was the gangs and militia, were they controlling it and passing that along for other goods, or is that how that worked, or was there
Yeah.
no aid coming in?
Humanitarian aid was coming, did come in. Uh, I believe in amount really low, in amount not enough to sustain enough people, and even that amount that was coming in would go first through the hands of people who are in power. So in the field, how that work? Very, very small amount of humanitarian aid was delivered to the people in need. Majority of humanitarian aid were used, well, let's say, was used as either as a paycheck for some work that you did for powerful people, or as a matter of keeping people in power. Let me put it like this: people in that time who controlled income of humanitarian aid today are rich people. Even their kids today are rich here. Their kids today are in power, or even people alone who control that humanitarian aid are still in power today. So that income of humanitarian aid made those people rich enormously. Enormously is that word, rich. How? Well, how would you juice people out from their foreign money and gold and everything other than giving him food? So those people got really, really rich and powerful, because with being rich coming power, especially here in this part of the world, because everything crooked. So you could, with power, you are buying. With being rich, you are buying power, and you are coming to power. You are becoming politician. So let me rephrase this: the humanitarian aid make a lot of militia leaders politicians today. This is this is bit of a dangerous statement, but this is one of the reasons why I'm not using my real name for years, because I talk about this event, and it is similar. It was similar in prior events everywhere in the world, and it will be similar, because when serious things happen, it's not going. Nothing is going by the book. People who come to the power in these types of events are usually not noble and moral people. Make sense?
Yes, it does. Next question is, were you inside like a little community or city, and were there rat problems because of the deaths, or how was the sanitation for the entire area that you were in? Was it good, bad? Was it just disgusting?
Well, it was bad, from bad to disgusting. I can put it like that. Yes, rats were there all the time. Remember, that was a war. Shelling was everyday thing. shelling with people getting killed under the rubble. That was everyday thing. People getting killed on street. Sewers not working. Pipes getting destroyed by shelling. All that. All that combination bring kind of constant stench of things rotting, if that makes sense. Now, was it so bad, like in movies, that rats were running over you while you're sleeping? No, it wasn't like that. I cannot give you explanation why it wasn't so bad like that, other than portraying that in movies is over was the word over. Overreaction, overstatement, it wasn't so bad that you could expect rats running over you all the time. I guess we managed to keep things at least out of that level. But it was dirty, very dirty.
Okay. How did you, with 13 members of your family, blood family, how did y'all get along? I mean, did y'all get along pretty good? Was there a leader that kind of, came up and started being the leader of the family? Were there people within the family that would help others? Were there people, did people go crazy, nuts? I can imagine my family, we would all just go nuts and no one would listen to each other. But how did that work out for you and your family?
Well, if you, I can put it from this way. If you ask me how that would work today here, in my situation, my family, my bigger family today, it wouldn't work so well like in those times, because as I told you, blood connection here is strong, but even here blood connection get really loose, or it gets not so important like it was used to be 30 years ago. 30 years ago, or in that times, we were really connected in common trouble, in common horrible events. We were connected, we were bonded like family through that blood connection. It was important for us to stick together because we were, let's say, one family. But you ask about problems. Of course, we had our own problems, our own misunderstanding, who would need to do what, because people forget that common day during any horrible event, when Ceres is out, common day is lot of work. So in order to things work, everybody needs to get their share of work, and there's always going to be somebody who would say, oh, I cannot work, I'm not used to it, and stuff like that. So is it worked? Yes, it worked, but we need some time for getting along, not together, more like getting along between us, who will need to do what. We had our older members who in reality couldn't do any heavy job, and that they didn't work heavy work. They stay at home. But we needed some time to get together in matter that everybody who have physical capabilities for that, everybody needs to work. And yeah, we had our leader. He was something like most experienced guy from the 2 points, from the point of military, and from the point of let's say, guy who is being good with his hands, or guy who knows, who knew how to repair a lot of stuff, and to say others how stuff can get repaired. I do not really believe in democracy when it comes to SHTF event and group of people surviving together. I do not believe in real democracy where you can overthrow something with enough voices. I'm talking about SHTF event and group of people, because in that time you need you need men who know what they do, and you need men capable of making decisions to be in charge. How that could be achieved today, but that group need to be built before something serious happen, and that's the whole point of networking, of hanging out together, preppers, before something serious happen, so you can have already known group of people when something serious happen.
Right. Okay, great. That leads into my next question here is, so if you were in a room in America and there are about 25 people in there and they're all pretty good friends and they hang out together, they do life together, and one guy asked the question, hey, what should we be doing? What can we do? What would you suggest we do to be able to survive a SHTF event?
I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat it, please?
Okay. If there's a group of people in a room and they want to ask you, what should we be doing right now to be able to survive an STH event if something comes in the future?
Oh, yes. Okay, I understand it now. We are talking about a room probably full of preppers, and they ask me that question. Good question. I would say bond with other people or make your own network. Look for the like-minded people in your immediate surroundings. I would say that if we are talking about already people who have some kind of basics in prepping, because by bonding with other people, by making other group of survivalists, you are widening your skills. You alone cannot have all the skills needed for surviving SHTF, and you're going to have problems. Everything from simple question about who will take care of you when you are sick and who will keep guard while you are sick, everything from that to the more complicated events. So go out, bond with other people, look for like-minded people, of course, first inside your family. If that do not work, then look for other like-minded people in your immediate surroundings through the hanging out in camping events, shooting events, stuff like that. I would say to them, look for network. Look for a network of like-minded people.
Hey, let's take a quick break.
Has your data been hacked? Do you feel uneasy about the vulnerability of your personal information online? Were you involved in the Target, LinkedIn, or Microsoft data leaks? Don't know? If not, then pay attention. Join Forrest Garvin from PrepperNet for a free webinar on privacy and security. Gain insights into safe internet browsing, VPNs, crafting online aliases, secure emails, detecting if your data has been hacked, and managing passwords. Secure your spot today for this webinar on privacy and security. It's free. This webinar delves into comprehensive strategies for bolstering your online privacy. We've got you covered, from fortifying your passwords to shielding your financial information and mastering state-of-the-art encryption techniques. We're offering 2 convenient dates to suit your schedule. Reserve your spot now at preppernet.com/privacy. Don't let cyber threats erode your peace of mind any longer. Take the first step toward a safer, more secure online experience by joining us for our free webinar. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to safeguarding your privacy. Sign up now at preppernet.com/privacy. We'll see you there.
Would you say that they should possibly organize a group in preparation for something to happen, and
Yes.
maybe even start training, storing food?
Yes.
I mean, this,
Yes.
all, okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, everything from let me explain a bit more. look for like-minded people in order to build network. Now, what is network? Network can be this: you are living alone inside your apartment building, but you have let's say 3 or 4 good friends who are on the same page with prepping inside your city, and you have some kind of plan what to do, where to go when something serious happens with those friends. That can be network, and network can be, of course, that you have, and this is completely other end of spectrum. Network can be that you and 5 or 10 other like-minded people have bought together small cabins somewhere, and you have planned to go over there and something serious happen, or you have planned to gather up inside the town in some of the house of your friends. Everything, a lot of things can be network, but network starts from having trusted people who are on same page with you, and you start from that. And you build what you can build. I mean, people expecting today that, okay, I'll just build a group of 20 people and we all bug out to ranch somewhere. How doable is that? For common folks, it is not very doable to build that kind of networks and to go on some farm or ranch somewhere. Start small. Start with building a group of 3 people that are living in same town or in same street. But network is really important. Start with network. I mean, I'm taking into consideration that all of these people are preppers already. So go with network. You have basis. Go with network. Because by network you can divide skills. You are looking for the guys who can repair a rifle. You are looking for the guys who is EMT or even nurse. You are looking for other guy who can who can fix car. You are looking for the guys with skills and guys that not necessarily guys, girls,
Right.
with skills and persons who can trust. So build network.
So one of the things I always say,
Excuse me.
and tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm close to being right, is I tell people the most important thing you can do is actually build the network with a group of people. That's more important than any skill, because your skill by yourself is not going to work out. So the most important thing you can do is to get in a group of people or a network of people. So the network itself is a protective group that can protect your lack of skills.
Exactly, and that's the reason why why I'm always saying build the network.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. You cannot cover all the fields in survival by yourself. I'm in survival for many years, and I still do not know a whole bunch of things, or I do not feel enough skilled in some fields. And I also do have my own network of people, and inside that network, I have people who are experts in the fields that I'm not expert. That's the reason why you need to build a network. Not to mention other reasons where you're going to be in situation where number of rifles solve situation, number of hands solve situation. So if you it is very big difference between 1 man and five men or group of 10. You have to build network. I see all the time for years people who say, I'm a lone wolf, I will go through this alone. You can. People did survive alone, but usually price was very high, and they went through the hell, and a lot of them actually died. Go for the network. Go for the network, because you get, with network, you get security, skills, hands, everything.
Now, this is, if you don't want to answer this question, you'll have to, but because your group was your family, did you have any issues inside the group that you had? And meaning maybe they were dishonest, they were stealing, or they were not pulling their weight, or did you have any issue or Did you have any issues with family members that literally mentally couldn't handle it and they became a kind of a burden to everyone?
Yes, we did have issues. I believe we had enough strength and maybe luck to solve those issues on the way that nobody were hurt or forced to something. We did have strength for that. And of course, we had people who couldn't cope that mentally. And I can say. I can be honest here. I had my own periods of time when I sometimes I felt like I couldn't mentally cope with everything. But I went through that. And I need to point out here that in every group, especially if you build it, if you invest time in building some kind of network or group, you will recognize that there are people inside the group that can be that they can have place in that group as some kind of, let's say, mental health, or even let's call it psychiatrist for this for the sake of this discussion. And we also have that kind of person that we could always talk about stuff, and after the conversation with that guy we felt better. Why I'm pointing out this, people forgetting that not every skill is about shooting, healing. Of course, most important are, but don't forget about people who have, let's say, gift of helping other mentally through the conversation, through the solving their own mental issues. There are people like that around us, people that you can talk with about everything, and that skill is really important in events like this. Again, it's not everything about eating, sleeping, and shooting. Eventually you will hit the wall and ask yourself, what's the point of everything? Or eventually you will hit the wall, you will hit the wall, then you look too far and see there is nothing really nice coming. So you need a person like this. And maybe you are that person. We never know. Excuse me.
Yeah, and so everyone, I mean, I guess every group needs a positive attitude, or someone that can get everyone through, can be, encourage people, because I guess at times it probably felt that you guys were never going to get through that. I mean, after a year, you're like, okay, when is this going to end, or is it ever going to end? And you even said, I think,
of course.
I think in the last interview, sorry, I wanted to say that even you said in the last interview that I did that it wasn't just all of a snap over. It took years for people to recover and get out of this.
Events like those immensely change you. And actually, I can say, yeah, they broke you they break you on a level that you feel broken your whole life. Now, this sounds cheesy, but it is not. You just simply your whole life is turning around that event even years after, because events during that event are something that is most strongly event that you felt in your whole life, and you feel it for the rest of your life. This makes sense. So to the some level, you never heal that. Of course, you felt better over the years, but you never forget those stuff and how they broke you on a deep level. And during the event, it is very easy to go to that over fatalistic situation where you simply feel that like this, it is nothing is important anymore because nothing makes sense. And when you start to feel like that, you can make mistake easily and end up that. So let me go a step back. You need some kind of vents during that event. Vents can be different. That can be alcohol. People use alcohol, they use drugs. But I suggest to use conversation with people around yourself in that event. And especially if there is a person that you can really talk about that. It is vent and it helps a lot.
Gotcha. So today in 2024, there's a lot of technology. A lot of we love our phones, we love our computers, we love solar chargers, we love water purifiers that are electronic. How was there technology power things back then that didn't work or you wished you would have had? Or what do you say about people that will try to rely on technology through an event like you survived? Hey, let's take a quick break.
Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
In that time, technology was there, but if you compare technology today to that time, today it is crazy. You can see that today young folks, when they are out of network, that they act funny, ridiculously. People today are really hooked on technology, especially on network. It can be a good thing, but there's this saying that goes like this. I use it a lot. If society is really highly developed, highly technologically on technology level, on high technology level, its fall going to be harder. So if you ask me who will cope worse, I'm sure that people who living in let's say better societies will cope worse, because people there are hooked or plugged in more into the system. System is better there. System help you on better. System simply help you more than people, let's say here. System here, we have same stuff, but we are not used so much plugged into the system here. So our fall going to be shorter, if that makes sense to you.
Right.
So in our times, in that time, simple radio, if you could get hands on radio and operating radio and batteries, that was like a window to the world. And I remember listening music in those times. During that event, it was really like weird, and sometimes it felt good, and sometimes it make me feel rage, because hey, people were living normally around me, and we are here living like animals. Those are normal human feelings. To go back a bit more on this, technology is here to help us. I'm not saying we should go into the woods without any technology and wait there for some event. No. But we need to use technology, let's say, smarter or more in our favor. That's one thing. And second thing, we need to practice to live without technology. And that cabin in the woods that I mentioned a few seconds ago can be like practicing. So go somewhere without technology and practice and see that you can live without technology. You just need to, majority of people just need to learn to live without technology. I mean, to wait for the event and to learn then, that's worst case. I know that because I went through something like that. But again, our fall was short. Some in developed country, in very developed country, fall will be really long and it will hurt a lot. So you need to prepare from that side.
So in your book, The Dark Secrets of SHTF Survival, I remember that one of the things that you struggled with was it was kind of like a slow boil. You did not foresee the events happen enough or to really trust your gut that things were getting ready to get bad. And I think you talk about you wish you would have taken note of that and acted on that before you did, and because after you did, it was kind of late. So, what's some signs that you missed, and then what's some signs that maybe everyone else should watch for?
Well, I can say I don't know how people going to or are people going to like this, but I can say that there are a lot of signs, or majority, or biggest signs are there. If you're talking about US, are there. Hate and polarization between people and folks' readiness to kick somebody because let's say wrong type of cap on other guys' head.
Mm-hmm.
That's only one example. You have those most important signs over there. And I didn't saw that signs in my time. Actually, I saw it, but I didn't want to believe, I guess. Or I keep repeating myself, nah, it cannot happen here. If you talk about those big signs, small signs like missing, like stores being items missing from the stores, important people leaving the country or even my town. Important. When I say important people, I think about rich people and people in power. All those things were there, but I didn't want to pay attention on them. But what is important for you? Signs that I saw in that time you already have over there in US, and one of the most important sign is that situation is so heated that you can kind of expect everything. You can, let me put it like this: you can have one football game and two groups of people getting into the fight on that football game over the political reason or political party, and from that event you can get a riot inside the city, and from that event you can have problems in one state. Maybe this sounds ridiculous, but if you really look to the situation, it is so heated up, it is so polarized between people. There is so much hate, not to mention all this how do you call it, that you cannot say things on social networks because you are going to be labeled like somebody who like troublemaker, and you will be be taken out from the social networks. All that is point out that you are on the verge of something that anything is possible. If this makes sense to you, the situation is so heated that everything is possible. I'm not even going to mention world events. I know majority or even all listeners are from US, so I'm mentioning here US because I do monitor that, and they are like, everything is similar or same like prior the events here. All that polarization, heat, all those discussion, all those. We didn't have internet in those times, but we also had breaking of the monuments. We also have people stripping down and destroying monuments over the, let's say, similar reason like you had that a couple of years before, as I remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we also have, let's say, reinventing of history, or tries to reinvent history, or tries to label events in history into something else. We also didn't want to leave history in its piece, in its history. So I'm worried, I'm worried about situation there. It is very, very heated, very heated. And when you have so much heat everywhere, small spark can start some event, and that event can roll to something bigger.
So, in the Middle East right now, there's all kinds of things going on. There's Israel and Palestine. There's Russia and Ukraine. What do you see coming from all this? Do you see a World War III? Do you see just small, micro wars in that general area continuing? What do you? I mean, not saying that you're the expert or I'm the expert. What do you see? That's kind of your area over there.
Sure. If you're looking from U.S. perspective, Ukraine is like my neighborhood. Well, I can put it like this: if you look through the history of the world in last, I don't know, 50 years or 60 years, there used to be ups and downs, and ups are dangerous events that have risk of pushing whole world into something bad, and downs are periods of times when everything, let's say, is more quietly. So we have in last 50 years we always have ups and downs, because this is not only war in last 50 years. Wars happened before. But when you take all those ups and downs and put it on the wall in the forms of what's the word line that go up and down in that form, and when you go a couple of steps back, you could see that, and that's my impression only, of course, you could see that all those ups and downs all the way going up, if that makes sense. So ups from the 30, 40 or 50 years ago are actually downs today. What I'm trying to say here, we are always in through the last 50 or 60 years, we always have wars, but all those wars over the last 50 or 60 or even 100 years are going up into the terms of danger of pushing the whole world in something big, because one of the reasons is because of technology, world is become smaller place, and second reason, it may be people are getting heated up more because information is available there all the time in split second, and that information can be false too. So are we closer to World War III? Yes, I believe we are. All these wars used to happen even before in some other regions of the world, but these wars, even in same region, they happened. But these wars today happen in different time, in the time where there is more weapon, there is more destructive weapon, and there is let's say, people or government who are more ready to use it, I believe. Everything is more heated, I think. And or let me put it like this: war in Middle East today have much more chances to bring us to the World War III than world in Middle East 50 years ago.
Right.
Why? I'm not expert in world politics, but we all can see that everything is more heated today. Everybody have more stakes, and there are more powerful countries today in numbers than 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there are new players today inside that games, and some countries have more to lose today. We don't know who can push wrong button today, and who can start something that can again roll into something bigger. Are we closer to World War III today? Definitely we are.
Right.
That's my opinion. Definitely we are.
Okay, so
Not to mention, I'm sorry.
No,
not to mention fact, and this is really important to mention again. We don't even need World War III to get impacted by the war in Middle East. As I said, the world is much more connected today. So, war in Ukraine, we already see how that impacted U.S. Well, how? Whole bunch of money it was sent over there. I'm not going to discussion was it good or bad. I'm just saying whole bunch of money was sent over there. Is that impacted U.S. or U.S. citizen? Of course it is. Of course it is. On some level, it had to impact U.S. or common U.S. citizen. So war in Ukraine, there is no U.S. army over there, but U.S. is getting impacted by that. We here are even more impacted by that. So everything is interconnected today in the world, even without World War III and people getting involved personally. You doesn't have to be involved personally in some war. You can be impacted by that war if your fuel goes up 100%. You are going to be impacted heavily, you and your family. And that can be the case.
Yep. Okay. I got 4 questions for you that I saved for the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting ready to go through everything you went through before. What one weapon would you want?
Me personally,
yes,
AK-47.
AK-47. Okay.
Yes, but that doesn't answer. I need to say this. That doesn't help your guy who is who make this question, because I need to add it works for me. Maybe it doesn't work for him or for her. I can give you advice that you need to have weapon that is common for your region, that you can repair, that you can find spare parts, that you can put on the ground when it broke and take from the guy who is dead, and that weapon going to be still same, if this makes sense. So AK-47 works for me from all of that reason. For person who asks, it will be some other weapon. So have what works for you for your own situation. Okay. You don't want to have something exotic when something bad starts. You will not know how to repair it, how to maintain. You cannot find ammunition. You cannot find guy who repair it. Have something that's common for your case.
Okay. Next one is, what was your biggest desire? What item, food, or weapon or clothing? What was your biggest desire when you were going through this?
I have a lot of desires in that time. I needed everything in that time, but I give you an example. I need good boots. A lot of my or shoes, or let's put it like this: I need good working shoes that would keep my ankle and toes protected. So I think that goes for working shoes. That called working shoes, because a lot of my every day time was spent in rubble, either spending time there hiding or spending night there or dismantling something inside that rubble and taking home. So that's one example. I needed that. What else? I needed cigarettes all the time. I was heavy. I was chain smoker, and I needed cigarettes constantly all the time. I guess answer is different for everybody, but from the everyday duty, think in terms of not only tactical equipment. Think very hard in terms of safety equipment. So what I missed everything from the safety and work equipment, everything from the tools to the boots to the coats, everything. Think also from the safety side of things.
Gotcha. Okay. So what skill did you wish you would have had over any other skill that you had? Meaning, what skill and knowledge do you wish you would have had beforehand?
Repairing things. I was very bad in, how do you call that? I was very bad with my hands. I'm not technical. I was not technical person who knows how to build or repair existing broken things.
Okay.
Now that depends who do you maybe my levels or that are much better for somebody else, but for me, I wasn't satisfied with that at all. And even today, I'm trying to improve my, let's say, repairing skills and skills to work with tools, both electricity operated and simple tools, not electrically operated. I was horrible in that. If you wanted me to repair something, I was not technical person. I'm not even today, but I'm trying to all the time. I'm trying to learn.
Okay. Last question. Maybe personal. I don't know. What was your favorite thing that you carried in your pocket or you hid, and it was the most treasured thing you had during this time?
I don't really. I used to carry a small pocket watch as a kind of, I guess, luck thing. Or how do you call that? Thing that kind of bring you luck. It didn't even work over the time. I can put that as a. I can put actually a couple of things that I carried with me. That was one. Second thing was my cigarette box, which was kind of made of metal, of tin. I can consider that also my thing that brings me luck. And third thing that I still have actually as a item from that time is I don't even know how do you call that from on English. It is thing that you can put cigarette inside and smoke, make from the wood. How do you call that? Not pipe, but similar to pipe.
Okay.
In that time, it was important. Why? Because we smoke all different kind of stuff because cigarettes were not available. So you needed that stuff, and it was made from the pieces of wood and pieces of empty of AK-47 shell put inside. So I would smoke all kinds of tobacco on that. I think you can call those three items something that I carried. Yeah, most for the luck.
Okay.
For the luck. Yep.
Okay. So, and then this, I said that was the last question. This last question. So, moving forward, you're polishing your skills. You're probably a full-fledged prepper at this point. And do you have high hopes that you can do a much better job surviving what you did then now with the skills and the knowledge and maybe the preparations that have put back now?
Yes, definitely yes. Well, there's a thing that my physical state is not like in those times, but my preps and survival skills are much better. My network is much better. Everything is much better. What two things that are not like in that times? One, I already mentioned my physical state. And second thing is in that time I can say that I didn't know what I was expecting, what is coming. Now I know what is coming, so I or what would come. So I'm a bit not scared, but I'm not happy, if that makes sense. I'm not happy, not really. You can say I'm sad. Yes, I'm sad. In that time, I didn't know what to expect. Now I know what to expect.
And I'm making up another question here because you said something. So how important is someone's physical ability from being an athlete or just in good shape or just mobile? How important is that?
It is important. Of course, it is important, but it is not. It is not like most important thing because it is not everything about running and jumping and being physically fit. I want to mention this. One of the most important person in my group persons actually from my group were people who were Second World War guerrilla fighters. In that time, they were all guys, and their experience helped us a lot. There were fighters against Germans and really guerrilla fighters, kind of guys that used to walk through the woods and not eat for days and fight with Germans in those times. Their experience helped us a lot. So physical skill, of course, it is important, but that's not only skill that is wanted in survival. And even if you are, let's say, even if your physical skills are very, very poor, you can try to level that up with learning other important skills. I mean, no matter how physically poor you are, if you have, for example, medical knowledge, you are going to be a valuable person when something serious happens. Or if you know how to repair a gun, or if you know how food is being grown in small yard. So there are always solutions to make up that being physically low.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, Selco, it was a pleasure to ask you these questions and interview you again. We went kind of long, which is awesome, and you answered all the questions that we had, and this was just amazing. It's always just mind-blowing it's like going back in time and interviewing someone that lived a real-life SHTF event and getting the mindset, getting the feel for what was going on, and we can learn from that. And I know that's your motivation of, talking, doing interviews, doing your school, because you want to take your experience and share that for others so they can probably fare better during an experience like that.
Well, yes, basically what I'm trying to do is to say you can survive. It is not like you imagine, but you can survive. You can prepare and you can survive just like a lot of people did survive.
And and so for American preppers in the preparedness movement, which has got a lot of good, ground over the last pandemic, and the word's getting out. There's probably more preppers in the preparedness community today than ever before. I would say within the last 50 years. So it's a building movement. So what would you say to encourage everyone to what would you say to encourage everyone?
Prepping is not not anymore something that weird guys are doing. Everybody could conclude that after we had this pandemic, after all these wars, after political turmoils, it is become common sense. It is something that you have to do if you are looking forward for yourself and your family, and just go for it. I mean, and do not. I need to repeat this again because it is. I get that question often. Do not look how old you are. Do not look how physically low you are. Do not look what you cannot do. Look what you can learn and what you can do. Because, and I know this from my experience, everybody can have place when something bad happens. Everybody can learn skills, and usually everybody already have value in itself as a person for something when something bad happens.
That is awesome. Hey, thank you so much for your time again. And you're going to have to come back again. We'll have more questions. Give me a few months. We'll get some more questions. But you've been such a great inspiration for us to, hey, we can get, if you can get through this, we can get through this. And thank you for sharing your experience with us. And everyone go to his website. That's SHTF. Yeah.
SHTF, yes.
School.com. And you've written the books. Go on Amazon, check his books out. I mentioned them in the very beginning. And thank you for what you're doing and helping motivate the community and giving us some real truth of what has happened and maybe what possible will happen.
Well, thank you, and stay safe.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Prepping Academy podcast. Make sure you subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and we will see you for our next show later.
Thanks for listening to the Prepping Academy podcast. Preppers Unite at www.preppingacademy.com.
Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.